Hello and welcome to another edition of Enta Asks. My name's Adam and today we're wondering about crucial conversations. This is a book by a group of people, Carrie Patterson, Joseph Grenny, Ron McMillan, and Al Switzler. And this is really, well, it says right here, tools for talking when stakes are high. So when are the stakes high? Probably we're talking emotional stakes. So for me, that's having hard conversations with my family, with my parents, with my sister, with my brother. These are the hardest conversations with the people you love. This is where we tend to be the worst at. We can be the best negotiator in the world at work, yet when we want to talk to our wife or husband about how we're feeling about something or the other, we'll avoid it. We'll go to the ends of the earth to avoid it before we'll address it, even though that's what it needs. So crucial conversations. Basically, they give you a really cool framework and some strategies to help you with this. And I think I like the way they kick it off with a quote by George Bernard Shaw, which is, the single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place, right? How true is that? Especially, like I said, when emotional stakes are high. So this is really interesting. If we shift it to more of a business scenario, when productivity and performance fails, traditional thinking is to develop more processes, tweak performance, a management system, whereas the key to real change is just getting people to hold one another accountable to the process, basically talking to each other. So you and I have to have a hard conversation about something. And maybe I'm your boss or you're my boss or whatever. Mutual purpose is the key, right? And this is a negotiation strategy, right? Getting to yes, all that kind of stuff. So there's an acronym they offer, CRIB, C-R-I-B. So commit to seeking a mutual purpose. Start with your heart. This is what I really want to do. I would love for us to be closer. And hopefully they agree. Recognize the purpose behind the strategy of what you're talking about. Well, here's what we should do. Invent a mutual purpose if you have to. Well, no, I don't think we should be closer. Well, what is our mutual purpose then? Why are we even talking? There is one. Find it, even if you have to make it up. And then brainstorm strategies together. All right, great. We agree that we don't have to be best friends, but we do want to accomplish this thing together. So here's how we're going to do. So that's this idea about mutual purpose. And that really starts off this idea of making it safe. So if I'm talking to you, I can't be aggressive, right? If this is raw and hard for me, it's raw and hard for you too. So start off with, is it mutual purpose or mutual respect? Like, which are you talking about here? Are our purposes misaligned, or do I feel just I'm not being respected? It's usually one of those two. Apologize when appropriate, absolutely. Contrast to fix any misunderstandings, so sharing ideas back and forth. And then at the end of it, create that mutual purpose. So this is, again, all comes down to our purpose and vision. So a little bit into the psychology of things. So stories, right? Our brain sees and hears something happen. It tells a story in our heads, which then causes us to feel an emotion, which then causes us to act. So the tricky part here is that story. And, depending on the person, we've all met that person that's the victim. Well, it's not my fault, right? The helpless one, it's nothing I could have done. Or the villain, they're a terrible person, right? So that story, we might observe the exact same things, and then we go communicate to somebody else, and it's a totally different story. So you've got to recognize when people are telling themselves stories habitually that lead to these negative emotions and negative actions, because that's really where you're addressing. They see something, their brain quickly tells that story, and they believe what they're doing is true and righteous. So it's a bit of a tough message, and when you want to state your path, so facts, start with facts, right? This is what happened. These are inarguable details, right? Regardless of what story you told and what story my brain told. Tell your side of the story, and then ask for their paths, right? Talk very tentatively, calmly, encourage testing. So this is what happened. And then, of course, you want to explore their paths. So some strategies for that. ask, so express some interest. Tell me about that, right? Mirror, so you're acknowledging. So it sounds like this happened, right? And that's similar to the next one, which is paraphrasing. Like, do you mind if I say that back to you? Make sure I understand it. And then people feel like they're being heard. And then prime, which is kind of take a guess. So do you mind if I take a guess as to how this made you feel? Blah, 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 right? Ask, mirror, paraphrase, and prime. And then lastly, they offer ABCs. So agree when you do share views. We're talking about things we're on totally opposite sides of the fence. However, we may find something we agree on. Like, yeah, let's acknowledge that. And then build from there. Yes, we agree that it was a Tuesday night. Okay, good. Compare your views. Never suggest that theirs are wrong. Just compare. Like, well, that's really interesting because I was there and I didn't see that, but you saw that. So tell me about that. Like, let's figure this out together. So there you have it. Crucial conversations. How to have hard conversations. Ultimately, I think what I got most out of this is be open, be mutually understanding and willing to search for a solution together, right? Don't be committed to your own righteousness or self-righteousness. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. Definitely read the book. It's one of those books you can read like 10 times and get something new from it every single time. And you can judge by how long this video is. Yeah, take care.